I'm not too sure how many of y'all saw the video.
Peace, God. Peace. I need a picture of the God.
Interviewing CLO. So I'm not going to be long. Just a couple of simple things. He stated that the book's bank account is in my name and that I stole money from him. Because when the book was out, it was a 2-book deal. He has a book that I think was written by his brother, The Board of Ed, From the Mind of a Black Man, something like that is the title. And because he had a 2-book deal, he decided to put out the Nation's book under that so that the Nation could receive some sort of a discount. Before the book was actually published, CLR was part of a whole big scandal, whereas he pretty much lied to the Nation, to his peers specifically, about the money being paid to the publishing company, Ex Libris, to put out the book. There was a witch hunt that went on, trying to find CLR, trying to find out what's going on with the book and all that kind of stuff. And at some point in time, he resurfaced with like a copy post type of a book and stated that that's what came from the publishing company. So not only did he steal from the Nation, he also lied to the Nation.
Who is he?
CLR from Fort Greene. Gerald CLR Combs. So in this video, he has the nerve to say that I weaseled my way into being a part of the book, and now I'm holding his money hostage from the book that he put out from his brother. So, at no point in time was there a witch hunt out for me, because I didn't steal anything, and I didn't lie to anybody about anything. And I called him a devil for the simple fact that he lied, he stole, excuse me, and he's causing trouble amongst the righteous people. Us, and his peers on top of that, specifically. At no point in time have I ever engaged in any of that. So now, the science is that he presented.
Sit down. Now I'm building.
This is what your book would have looked like if he was to continue to have done that work. This is what he presented, talking about the publishing company sent this back and everything is still in the works. But when the witch hunt was going on, Saheem called the publishing company and found out that he never sent any money to that publishing company. They didn't even know what we was talking about. So once that came about, at a certain point in time, between him and his peers, they allowed him back on the deal with the book and everything. They got everything together. They eventually put the money in place, whatever. I don't know the exact details of all of that stuff because I wasn't as involved in the book at that particular time. And God Supreme is right here. It's his project. And if I'm saying anything wrong, he can testify or clear it up. So far, am I correct, God Supreme? All right. So, as time went on, he continued to do different things that was actually messing things up in terms of the progress of the book getting done. When I came on board, it was pretty much just to help with any of the editing work on the book. And I don't know what was the animosity, what was the issues that he had with me being on the project, but God Supreme, Umala, and Jaki agreed that I should be a part of it and agreed that I should help and be a part of the team. So that's how I came on board. They approved it. And I wasn't in their ear telling them anything about CLR because I don't know CLR that well. So all of the things that he did to get himself booted out of being a part of that team, he did that shit on his own. I have nothing to do with that. But what I did tell God Supreme, Umar, and Yaqui is that if they continue to mess with him, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm removing myself. I don't have time to deal with that kind of bullshit, especially not from an elder. You're an elder to me, so I'm not going to disrespect you. Those are your peers. I'm going to let your peers deal with you. So at a certain point in time, they agreed CLR doesn't need to be a part of this. So that's how he got kicked off of the book deal. And then he says that I owe him money because the royalties are coming to me and all of that kind of stuff. The bank account is in the nation's name. That's one, it's not in my name. Those royalty checks get deposited directly into that account. I send God Supreme the information so that he knows what's going on with that account. I don't have to answer the CLR. I gave CLR, when he was brought back onto the project, I gave CLR the information in terms of the username and the password so that he can go in and see what's going on with the royalties and all of that stuff. What he did, he goes into the account and he actually gets in touch with Ex Libris and he actually omits the part of the book where I'm talking about myself in terms of the process of being the editor and transcriber. And all of the other work that I did, he left it in the book, submitted it to the publishers and told them that this is the book in its final state. Now, if that's not devilishment, I don't even know what it is. Now you're taking credit for my work. And if you didn't like the work that I did with the editing, then you should have turned it back around to the bullshit that you was going to submit before. That's the reason why I called him a devil, because of all of that shit that he's been doing. And he's hooping and hollering about holding his money, like if it, how much do y'all think his book is worth? The name of it is The Board of Ed from a Black Man's Mind. Any of y'all ever heard of it?
I heard of it.
All right, how much money do you think that book is making right now?
I don't know how much it's worth, but I work at Long Island University. I'm a librarian. I read it.
All right, Wood in the Hood. It's not platinum, it's not a bestseller, it's not anything. So he's hooping and hollering. I go on to the publishers, the author's solution website, which is part of Ex Libris, to find out what the royalties are like and all of this kind of stuff. I didn't do the full investigation because what I initially did came up to $36 and some change worth of royalties. So then I go back and I ask him a couple of questions, and I'm still not finished finding out exactly how much is owed to him. But right now, I'm at $19. So I'm prepared to write him his little check. What I already did was I split the account, so he has his own separate account for his change. We have our own separate account for our book. All right? And as proof, this is a printout. You can tell them what this says. This is the sales report, and this is the royalty report.
Get my glasses off.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Well, what happens to the royalties from the book?
So the royalties from this book right now is being deposited into an account. The only money that has been withdrawn so far has been money to give to individuals that have a chapter in the book that have passed.
So what's it gonna be?
But what happened to the rest of the royalties?
It's still in the bank.
This is the first time I've ever heard this. But how much are the royalties in the bank?
Right now it's probably at like 3,000 and change. Overall, it was at like 4,000 and change. It didn't even peak 5,000. So then he also, go ahead.
What's it gonna be?
So the total. And this is for his book, The Board of Ed from a Brother's Mind. This is the total from the sales, and then on the back of this one is the total from the,
But this is all right here?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This one here?
This is the amount that he would receive.
Right here?
Yes.
And it, oh, it's at $19. It's at $19.
Please don't steal that money.